everyone, welcome to my channel. Oh boy, what a crazy week, and I've had to work over the weekend, so it's late Sunday afternoon, Australian time, and I've just snuck off to get some readings done. So let's get stuck straight into it. I've got the mystical medleys on the table, squirrels, all the bad boys. And yeah, we're reading about the gingerhead one and Invictus. He hasn't been having a very good week, let's just say, according to reports. The first one that came through, we got fresh blows. Oops. We got fresh blows because he has got a director that has a trustee of a director or something along those lines that has actually resigned, and he's only been there for a couple of years. His name is JJ Chambers, and he was a vet, and he's also a reporter. So, of course, like all the others, they say, they've got too much else on or whatever, and he's going to be an ambassador, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. So, of course, they just... move on to better things. Okay, so then, because he's due very shortly to go to the UK at the time of reading for World Child, okay, he's not going to go there because of the Queen's anniversary of her death, right? Contrary to popular belief, if you believe all the rags that they report on. And it clearly says that, he's going to meet the king and, for reconciliation. Now, sorry, don't agree. This one looks a little bit better. Prince Harry, driven by money, exile, royal motivation to make amends, and yada, yada, yada. Because of all her flops, he needs money. Technically, that's what it's all about. And how do we know? Well, Angela Levin, of all people, has actually released something on Twitter. So, with all her followers, it was meant to get out there. Harry, gingerhead one, darling boy, put in a request for 21 million. Now, I'm not too sure if that's pounds or dollars, but either way, it's a hell of a lot. Expects the UK government to pay for Birmingham Invictus. So I'll put it up there, and yeah, you can clearly say what she said. She's actually on X. She does have a public site, so you can actually read it. If you're not a member, you can easily probably Google it and find it. But at the end of the day, yeah, he basically said no, not going to happen, not going to happen. The requests from the Home Office and Treasury, who called it inappropriate, and yeah, excess debt. Unbelievable. So, we're not the only ones that actually can see through them, and ironically, this government can see it as well. But if you scroll down a little bit a little bit further, it says the denials come amid reports that Harry sought a public reunion with Charles and William at the games, and William is basically furious about it because he's using it as his brother's using it as a PR stunt. So I'm going to read on this now about just what's happening with Invictus, basically, because I have also seen other reports about things not happening, but yeah, I'm going to ask the cards. Okay, all right. I mean, we would all love for him to be kicked out, right? However, he's a founder, so. Part founder, yes, I know, fully aware of the story, but he actually is technically the only founder now because of Megxit. So, you have Judgment, Queen of Wands reverse, of course you do. You've got the Lovers in the middle, and Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. So, yes, it's all about money. 100% all about money. All this saturation about reconciliation and everything like that, no, it's all about money. Working very, very hard too. Needs lots of it. And he's actually staying focused on this. So this is his only goal that he's working on. only goal at the moment. So while he's over there with Wellchild, he's going to be doing something about Invictus as well. He's going to be campaigning, he's going to be lobbying, or, doing whatever he can do, because technically they're broke. Invictus is broke, as simple as that. It's been caused, allegedly again, by the lovers, because the two have come in and saturated it, turned it into her fashion show. All the attention was on them and nothing to do with the vets. Classic example of Birmingham Invictus. It's a couple of years for, year and a half roughly now, maybe a little bit less. They don't want this. They don't want the fashion show. They don't want the lovers. They don't want this. Interesting, isn't it? He's looking for a second chance here. Absolutely looking for, praying for forgiveness. He understands that they do not want Markle, Queen of Wands reverse. They don't want her. They don't want her fashion show, and they don't want her nasty ego that is very, very fiery tempered that comes with it. They don't want it. Okay, however, as usually, he's defending. He's defending with the games, but this is not good. This is not good. This is insinuating that the reason why the Invictus Games with the Seven of Swords, right, liar, cheat, thief, right, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, is broke because it's sitting on top of the Five of Pentacles here. That's your broke card, right? Exactly. The lovers, the gruesome twosome, have actually sent Invictus broke. Very interesting. No wonder why one of the trustees of the directors just a couple of years ago has resigned, right? CEO as well, although they did get a replacement something like 9 months later. There's the games there, and it's still all about the lovers, and he's very, very defensive with all the things that have happened. He's extremely defensive, standing on his high ground. He's the founder. He's the prince. It's his games. And it's my wife, his wife, right? This one's wife. Exactly. Two of Pentacles, the Chariot. Two of Pentacles is reverse, death. And sad squirrel. Have a guess who's furious. The Chariot, yes. William is furious. He's ropeable. He's got to the point where he can't understand why his brother has done what he's done to such an amazing charity, to something that they all got together. And William even donated money to them. He is appalled that the gruesome twosome are actually merching. Absolutely merching. Absolutely appalled. Absolutely, he is ropeable. And there's no way are they going to be able to transition. William actually wants to cut off the deadwood. He wants all association of Invictus and the royal family stopped. Allegedly entertainment purposes only. He is ropeable. Sad squirrel reverse. Absolutely ropeable. He doesn't want any association at all with Invictus, the royal family, the future king. Interesting, the time period, right? Very interesting. I'm hoping Charles is still around, right? But very interesting, right? Why would he be? Of course he's going to be upset, but the cards are now showing that William actually will be in control in 2027. And this is why he's more ropeable, because he knows what's going to happen. The royal family is going to be sucked into, or the PRBS with Invictus. And William doesn't want anything to do with it. He wants nothing to do with this merging. He wants to cut off this dead word. Now, literally. Four of Cups, King of Wands, the Empress, Nine of Swords, and King of Cups. Okay, so Charles is watching afar, just looking, watching what Charles does, right? What can he do? A lot of people are saying he's a 40-year-old grown man. You try and control your son at 40 years of age. Absolutely. I agree. You can't argue with that, right? Problem is, he's also the ruler of the Commonwealth, the King of UK. There's a little bit of a difference when someone is actually trying to take down the monarchy, embarrass the monarchy, exploit the monarchy, or do whatever the gruesome twosome has done, lie about the monarchy, Seven of Swords, right? Whatever they've done to the monarchy, that's where the king, the monarchy, the monarch needs to step up. Not the father, but the king, allegedly, and time purposes only, because you have the king here. Okay, Empress. Well, it's being creative, maybe. I think they're cashing in well and truly on our late queen, even though it's not reverse. I think they really are cashing in on it. They're exploiting the situation. There's your security, that's reverse, that's MI5, MI6. They're not going to have anything to do with it. Nothing. This has probably got a lot to do with the money. Harry really absolutely thought he was going to get this 21 million, whatever, pounds or dollars. He absolutely thought that. He really did. And he didn't realise that it wasn't going to happen, because you've got the Four of Cups and he's so stubborn and he's not looking at what people are telling him. He's not listening. Even if there is some help, he's oblivious to it. So I would say what's happening here, just maybe with a bit of luck, Charles might also support William as we're going and not turn this blind eye and just say, no, enough is enough. You know, you've created enough anxiety, depression, nightmares. You know, you've created all this. Just maybe he might. He's well and truly aware of it anyway. Cashing in on the monarchy and his mother/grandmother as well. I mean, true. Ace of Cups. High Priestess, reverse. The Queen of Cups, reverse. The Five of Cups. And the King of Swords. Okay, so now we've got William coming in as a monarch now. This is a deep diving. He's absolutely sick of Harry using Diana. Now, Diana had nothing to do with the Invictus Games because this was all done after her passing. However, I do believe that that the gruesome twosome, or at least Harry anyway, is concentrating on that Netflix thing. I think this has a lot to do with that, and this could probably also be the King of Wands. So if we can go back here, you may just, through a strategic, which is also the Seven of Swords, Charles is also working with Netflix, right? So Charles could start being creative himself with the Empress and say, okay, you play nicely with me and you stop this BS of what my son is actually going to be doing with his late mother, allegedly, and time purposes only, just putting it out there. This is what the cards are showing. Because here's the new beginnings of, it's an emotional beginning. It's a new beginning of love, of peace, of hope, and some sort of secret is going to be disclosed. Now, I think it was Dan Walton actually advertised that they believe that the late Diana was unalived by someone. It's the kind of word that, you know, little stations get tagged for, so it's not worth saying. And he's grieving. I mean, William's still, see, this is the thing, William's still grieving for his mother as well. I mean, you never stop. I mean, I know that, you know, from my own experience, you never stop the grieving, you know. And then the last thing you want is some snotty-nosed, ginger-headed clown. I'm not going to say allegedly, because that's how I see him as, in my opinion, a clown, on every turn, using some excuse to cash in on his late mother as well. And it's like, enough is enough. It really is enough. What secret could he possibly bring out about Diana? He's admitted he doesn't even remember her. So, you know, just how can he do something with Netflix? You know, unless he's going to go down a conspiracy rabbit hole. But at the end of the day, William and Harry made a deal after a previous anniversary of her passing. They were not going to do this ever again and let her rest in peace. This is what's annoyed William more than Invictus, despite the fact that even here, he's ropeable because Harry is trying to use the royals. For Invictus, when you do a deep dive, and we're talking here around about the same time, right, as Invictus, will be Diana's 30th anniversary of her passing. There's a double whammy here that William is not happy. Not happy at all. So I wonder if William has actually asked Charles, because we know that Charles is doing something with Netflix anyway about this. Let's just see. Let's just see how true Netflix is. If they want anything to do with the royal family going forward, if they're going to, agree, allegedly, and 10 purposes only. All right. On that note, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.